this one. Record of Agrist War, another game of my friends that I borrowed. It's a tactics game. Really interesting. You can like get married with one of the chicks, and then in the next generation you play as your kid, and it goes on for like 5 generations. Bit of a slower tactics game once compared to like Disgaea or Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that, because there's a turn for movement and there's a turn for attack, and your characters can link up their moves depending on where you put them. If they move out of those spots, it's like, oh, you can't link up the moves, and one character can't do attacks, so you really have to think about what's going on. It's okay, it's just, in the end, I'd kind of rather play Disgaea. Vanquish Velocity Attack. I guess Sega gave their attempt at a shooter. It's alright. I'm not the biggest shooter fan. This is third person. I do prefer third person. I played the demo, so it made me buy the game. You do get to slide around a lot, like in the cover, and that was really fun, I'm not gonna lie. But as terms of shooters, it's decent. There's a bunch of times where you'll get like insta-killed, and it's kind of bullcrap because you never see it coming. Like, I know one mission, you start the mission, and a giant laser comes and kills you out of nowhere. You have to know to like dodge that laser beforehand, which is stupid. But it's okay. If you find it, pick it up. It's only $20. Dead Rising 2. My friend told me to get this game because he wanted to play online. It's alright. I like messing around, killing all the zombies, but I'm not too much into like that open world type of thing, so I'd much rather do like stories, and I don't know, I guess I'm different. But I do like this game. They say part 1 is better. I haven't really played through part 1. I'm gonna get to it eventually. My brother has it, so Dead Rising 2. Magna Carta 2. Took me a while to find this game. It's an RPG played in real time. A lot of improvements from part 1, because part 1 was freaking awful. You had to do freaking quick time events to attack. Why? That's stupid. But a lot of improvements. The gameplay is totally different from part 1. Tell you all the voice actors are different. There's a bunch of Bleach voice actors, like the main character is Ichigo. There's one chick who's what's her face? I don't know. I don't watch Bleach. So all I know is that all the voice actors are very familiar. So Rukia, that was the name I was looking for. Rukia. But one thing you notice, the art style doesn't really go with the actual like characters in game. You see, and you look at all these characters, they got huge hooters and stuff, and then you see them in the game and they're flat chested. I don't really care too much, but it made me laugh a bit. It's like they sold me a different thing. Don't judge a book by its cover, I guess. It's still a good game. $20 if you can find it. Prototype. Fun game, extra cheap. This is another friend of mine's. Wasn't really gonna buy this game. Pretty much everyone has it. I like picking people up and throwing them off tall buildings. That's all I can say about this game. Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. Very different Dynasty Warriors game. They kinda, I guess you could say they went for like an adventure game style with this one. There's a bunch of missions to do, a bit less characters to play as, I guess because the gameplay is totally different, and your characters go like super. This guy kind of looks like a depressed Super Saiyan on the cover, but they tried something different, and it's okay. Not the greatest thing ever, but I don't know, I picked it up for like $15, so not bad, but not great. Mass Effect. There's only so many good things I can say about this game. It's awesome. Once again, I'm not a big shooter fan, so I never got around to finishing it. and I probably should because I can easily get my hands in part 2 and 3. I know people who have them, so really, really good game. I recommend getting into the series now because it's awesome. A lot of stuff you can do. You can just basically be a douchebag for the entire story and do some pretty funny stuff. Like I went up to this one alien and he wanted me to like hold on to something. So I sold it and then came back and told him, and he said the mob was going to be after him. And I was just like, oh, well, don't commit crimes, you jerk. It was funny, and there's a bunch of stuff, but the gameplay changes from Mass Effect to Mass Effect, so, I mean, not drastically, but it does change, so be ready for that. Guilty Gear 2 Overture. This one, if you know about Guilty Gear, this one isn't a fighting game. This is more of a, it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors, controlling troops, taking bases, doing stuff like that. It's okay. I actually did like this game, except beat it the day I got it, which sucks because the story is interesting. It does pick up from the last Guilty Gear game, and you do actually end up fighting that man. And I'm not trying to be like obscure or anything. That guy's name really is that man. And it seems like eventually they're going to be making another Guilty Gear. I mean, at least from the ending of this, I hope they do. So, really looking forward to that. Good game. Got it for $5 online. Guess this would be like the main event for tonight. Not the last one, but, you know, Lollipop Chainsaw. This game is all types of awesome. I love this game. It's hilarious. The gameplay's awesome. The action's nice and fluid. Bunch of combos you can do. Some kill moves. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Bunch of stupid stuff you can do. And it does have its serious parts in the story, so that's awesome. One major drawback to this game is that it's really short. Like, really, really, really short. There's 7 levels, including the prologue, and the prologue is like 5 minutes long, so all the other levels are like 15 minutes, a decent amount of time put into them. For a Suda 51 game, even for a Suda 51 game, it is short. I mean, like, I'll tell you, No More Heroes had more levels than this, even though some of them were just bosses, but still, I mean, good game. And there's a bunch of like random stuff that isn't really finished out, like if you, whenever you go to put her boyfriend on a zombie head, you have to do a quick time event where he just kind of walks to wherever he's supposed to go and does whatever he's supposed to do. And if you mess up, you die randomly. It doesn't even show like a death scene. You just go straight to the game over scene. It's like continue. It's like, what the hell just happened? There's a bunch of random stuff like that, but once you get past it, I mean, the game's not really that hard. Really, really good game. Recommend picking it up. If you can find it on sale, definitely do that, because by the time you beat it, you're going to sit there wishing you got more. It's one of those that kind of pushes on its replay value. Another thing I want to say about this is there's a bunch of alternate costumes, and some of them are really awesome. Like, you can have her dressed as Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland if you want. There's a couple anime ones in there, and it's freaking awesome. Like, this game is great. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm a big Sonic fan. I'm a big Sonic fan myself. I don't know what a han is, but story terms, this game really interested me. Seemed like a lot was going on. I haven't really gotten around to finishing because it's a piece of crap. This game is awful. Freaking awful. I mean, the story is kind of cool, but it's like so untested. You could die for like the most ridiculous things. I was running and I accidentally walked into a pole and died. There's so much like BS and like glitches in this game. It's ridiculous. There's so many words to describe how bad this game is. This is a perfect example of really good graphics and really bad gameplay. It's just like graphics definitely do not make the game. Graphics don't really play much of a factor. Great example. Really nice looking game, decent story, but ruined by the most important aspect, which is gameplay. I almost cried for this. Then again, I only got it for like $15, so. But I have seen this cheaper, so now I'm all depressed again. Sonic Unleashed. Yeah, they did fix themselves with this one. People really didn't like the whole night style, where it's just kind of like I guess you'd say a Crash Bandicoot, more like an adventure, like beat 'em up type of game. But if you can get past that, the daytime missions are really, really fun. I kind of like the nighttime ones. It brings some variety to the game. Because sometimes, like, the daytime missions are, like, way too fast, and you kind of have to memorize stuff just to see it coming. And I guess in the older games it was a little like that, but they pushed it to the limit in this one, especially in the last level. That level's like 10 minutes long. There's so much random stuff in there meant to kill you. It took me 40 minutes and like 40 lives. I was there forever trying to do the stupidest of things. But